morning, family. Thank you for tuning in to 980 WDDO. I do want you to know this. Getting ready to go into drive time.
5 more people.
But I want you to hear
I don't know who you are, but the Lord wants you to know. All right, my cousin Buck back there. The Lord wants you to know that He has not forsaken you. No. And if He said He's on the way, you can count it. He's on His way. He's getting ready to fix it. I don't know what it is, but He's getting ready to do it. Yes, He is. I said He's getting ready to do it. Yes, He is. Sisters, listen, though, and I want y'all to kind of sing lightly. We get ready to leave. We ain't sung much today, but we got some CDs back there if y'all want one. And we ain't sung enough today. We got some CDs back there. I want y'all down to the floor. Now, this for, how many is it? 10 people in here today. Glory to God. Let you know, your help is on the way. Amen. All right, sisters. Boom. Come and stand with me. Yo, let's go. Can we sing the way we feel it? Yo. Help is on. Is on the way. Help is on. Help. Thank you, Lord. Is on the way. I don't know the 10, but I'm letting you know. He wouldn't bring you this far.
That's what you was the world in Jackie Joe.
To let you down. He won't let you down. Help. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, help me sing that. The way. Help. Help. Help is on. Help is on the way. I want somebody here to know that help is on the way. I don't know what you're going through tonight, but I know He wouldn't bring you this far.
Help is on the way. Good morning.
I feel the Holy Ghost. Help is on the way. Why don't you touch somebody? Say it one more time. Help is on. Grab somebody by the hand real quick. And tell them, neighbor.
Just listen to the words. It's on the way. And route to your house right now.
Tell them, I don't know what you're going through. But tell them whatever it is. Tell them whatever it is. Don't you give up on God. Don't give up on God. He wouldn't bring you. He wouldn't bring you. He won't bring you this Y'all take me to the bank. Don't let go of your neighbor's hand.
Good morning to you.
I don't want you to hold the hand like you're holding a dead fish, but I want you to hold it like you're holding a miracle. Help is on. You might not know what your neighbor needs. But if you look at your neighbor, tell them, neighbor, tell them, neighbor, tell them, neighbor, let me prophesy to you.
Well, that's just what I want to give you a little bit of that this morning before we go into drive time. Definitely, we are praying for you this morning. This is our drive time song for today. And then let's go into our drive time family here. Like, share, follow, and all the other things that go with it. Good morning to you.
One thing God don't do, He don't play about me. When the darkness came for my name, He stepped in instantly.
Somebody type that in. God don't play about me.
Every demon tried to whisper, but He silenced every lie. They thought they had my spirit broken, but my God stood by my side. He walked into the battle, and the enemy had to flee.
Good morning to you.
He cleared every shadow around me. Said this one belongs to me. God don't play about me.
Type that in for me if you believe that.
He don't let no weapon rise. He covers me with His mercy, and He wipes tears from my eyes. When the world tried to crush me, He rebuilt what they destroyed. He filled every empty corner with His strength and with His joy. He cast out every demon.
Do you believe that this morning, that God don't play about you? Type that in.
He broke chains I hid in silence. Lifted me.
It's Hot Topic Wednesday. We got a lot to talk about in a few seconds.
They don't know the prayers I prayed, the storms I barely survived, but God had His hand upon me, kept my calling alive.
Woo!
God don't play about me. He fights battles I can't see. He turns every valley into victory.
Somebody typing it in.
Because He
I read our blue. Rap about.
God don't play about me. He fights battles I can't
Oh,
see.
is that the song for today? Type it in.
He walks up
God don't play.
So let the enemy whisper. Let them plot, let them try. God already wrote my protection, and His power never lies. He cast out all the darkness.
I see you typing it in.
Shadow had to leave, because one thing is forever true. My God don't play about me.
Can we say that a little longer?
Valley in a victory, because He walks ahead of me. God don't play about me.
God don't play about me.
He fights battles I can't see. Because He walks ahead of me. So let the enemy whisper. Let them plot, let them try.
Let them plot and let them try, Tom.
God already wrote my protection, and His power never lies.
Our song for today.
He cast out all the darkness. Every shadow had to leave, because one thing is forever true. My God don't play about me.
Let's go into drive time. God don't play about me.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
There we go.
Wait, that's it.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Apostle.
Hey, Reverend, give me 1 second. I'm going to call the roll. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. All right, good morning to you. Thank you for tuning in to 980 WDDO, 107.9 FM on your dial, 980 AM. All over the world listening right now, and it's drive time. But the entire family and community, now is the world, we get together, we live, we love, and we laugh. Hey, cuz, we started this thing off this morning with God Don't Play About Me, and help is on the way. Let's call the roll this morning. Glad to have you aboard. I do have a hot topic this morning that we need to discuss as a family on this morning. Let's say good morning to Bishop Don Harris Scott. Good morning to you. Give me your hellos in your very own way. Jackie Jones. Good morning to you. Nakia Worthen. Good morning, man. How are you? Jackie Jones, Wonder Jones, Allie Wash, Daphne Thomas Williams. Good morning. Reverend Bump Bump. Good morning to you. Cam Slam Ham Golden. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, DeBro Trimble. Good morning to you. Good morning, Natricia Harp. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Tammy Shaw. Good morning to you. Cuz, good morning to you, Patricia Booz. Good morning to you, Tammy Faye. We love you more. Katia Warren Tucker. Good morning to you, Jamarcus Q. Hogan. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Christopher Corco Little. Good morning to you. Good morning, Tammy Esgodis. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning, Auntie Lay. My God from Zion. Good morning to you. Glad to have everybody aboard this morning. It's a great day. Good morning, Reverend. Reverend.
Good morning, Apostle.
Good morning, Reverend. How are you?
How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. Glad to have you aboard this morning.
I know it's a blessing to be alive, Apostle.
Man, you better say this. Were you on your way to work, man?
On my way in, Apostle.
Man, I didn't know you work every day. I thought you was part-time.
Wait, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You got Thursday. So
Yeah.
What do you do on Thursday and Friday? You don't go work for Bentley?
I sleep in and do what I want to do.
Good God Almighty, man. Good God Almighty. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that, Reverend. I think you deserve it. How old are you now? 70 what?
79. I'll be 80 in a few months.
79. So you was born in 47.
What's that, Apostle?
You was born in 47.
46.
46.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and you'll be 80 this year.
Yes, sir.
But now which one you'll be, Reverend? 79 or 80?
I'm on 46. I thank God for every day of my life.
I
Apostle.
know that's right, man. You'll be that big 80 this year.
Yes, I want to top 1 year, Apostle, the bishop to my drive time family. It's drive time.
That's it right here, Reverend, turning 80 years old this year. Good morning to you. Good morning. Shakita Hall is having her national prayer breakfast going on in a couple of weeks, couple of months going on out. She's been doing it for a long time, and it's very successful. So if you're not doing anything, go to her Facebook page and inquire about a ticket to her prayer breakfast. He's 79 going on 80, somewhere around in that area. All right, good morning to you. Drive time 478-250-1444. Bishop, if you can, come up. Okay, I was looking at voting this morning, all right? And so we as a family, we really need to have a serious conversation. Every one of us he just might not know. And you might just be right, Auntie Lane. You know I got a call from Auntie Lane the other day, but anyway, we'll talk about that call later on another part of the show. Listen, quick question to you, family, and I need you to type this in or call me right now. Even if you're listening, car, radio, whatever, it's Hot Topic Wednesday. I do understand that a lot of people are disappointing or certain things. Pastor Antonio, good morning, Pastor Antonio Odin. He said something yesterday when you got to vote 2 out of the some evils. Pastor, if you, because I don't want to misquote you. But I do have a question, family. Bishop, if you can come up. Why we're not voting? What is it that we're not taking time? I was looking at the DeMario Brown vote, and the winner won by 14,000, and he had 10,000, a little over 10,000 votes. Now, listen, y'all, it's more Bibb County, Monroe County, it's more than 10,000 people. So let's have a serious talk this morning on why we're not voting. I mean, we understand that people died, that we may vote, civil rights. We do understand all that. But I want to hear your heart. It's nobody's opinion. It's not nobody judging, nothing like that. But I want to get ahead of the game for our midterm and find out what can we do to help motivate us as an individual. You know, I voted yesterday, and when I realized it was almost 7 o'clock, and I got it in to vote. But what has happened that we've lost our enthusiasm for voting? And I don't listen. I don't care who's listening this morning. I want to hear the truth from you as a citizen, as someone that's important to us, someone that we love dearly. Why aren't we voting? And if you could call right now, 478 250 1444. Because if we, hey, First Lady of Hype, if we find the the problem, we can help find the solution. And I believe we want to find the solution or the answer that why we are not voting. Either call or put your comments up for me this morning because I want us to do better. I really do. I was looking 14,000 and 10,000 for Brown, and I was like, come on. I mean, not judging nobody. And if you did vote, there's a reason you did vote. And I'm not looking down on anybody. I'm not speaking negative over anybody this morning. I just want to find out what is your true hey Jasmine Pierre, I want to know your true reason why you're just not. They're not really letting people know the exact line where the districts are. Some of us don't know their districts. This is good. This is good. They're not really letting people know. Well, so let's get these things. The exact line where districts are. Some of us don't know our district. That is an issue. That is a problem. It is. And we need to find a solution to find out how do people know their district. Now our first comment says, I just don't know. We just don't know what district, which lines to get in. And that is happening to deter a lot of people from voting. And I know y'all know it's Hot Topic Wednesday, so this is what I do on Hot Topic Wednesday. So give us another reason or call me now, 478 250 1444. We got calls yesterday that people feel very betrayed. Hey, Lionel Boone, love you so. Hey, Lady Boone, love you so. And to Pastor Odom says some people feel like they shouldn't have to choose between the lesser of two evils. Isn't that something there? That some people feel, Pastor, give me a call on that. I really want to talk about that. All right. Good morning, Lionel Boone. Why aren't people excited? Well, I guess in order to do something, you have to be excited about doing it. So some reason we've lost excitement. Good morning, caller. You on there?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Good, good. Auntie Lane?
Yes.
You sound so ladylike. I didn't know you.
We talking about the hot topic now.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, Bishop. What you says that you said that not letting people know the exact line or where the districts are. Talk about that. Explain that to the public.
See, with me, they said part of South Bill.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Houston County and on. Now, I'm thinking South Bibb as in on the other side of Broadway or Martin Luther King Drive,
That's
like
right.
the Peach Orchard and all that part.
That's right.
But then after I started researching it, it said from a relative to Pie Ingram. Now, I live on the other side of Pie Ingram.
Yes, ma'am.
But then I researched it and they said that my street, Calhoun Street, is part of South Bibb. Now I stay on the east side of Pie Ingram.
Okay.
Now we don't know where our lines are. They change them. So how did I know
That's
that
right.
I could vote?
That's right.
I didn't know because it says stop at Pie Ingram. I don't live right down Pie Ingram. I stay close to downtown on the other side of the railroad track. So how do we know this?
That
How
sounds
did
good.
they change them so much? So how I would have voted, but once I heard them say it stopped at Pie Ingram, I didn't even worry about voting. But then I found out it also covered where I live. So I didn't know it, and it hurt my feelings because I would have voted.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, and so not knowing is frustration, not telling people where the lines are or really what districts they're in. And when you get to go to a poll to vote and find out you're in the wrong place, you just say forget it then.
You said forget it. You said
This is
forget
good.
it.
This is good. What
You
what
said
what
forget it. Because
what
knowing, if we know better, we do better. But if we don't know, how can we do better? We don't know.
what would be a
Somebody got to tell us
solution?
where to go.
What would be a solution that would have helped you, Auntie Lane? Seriously, if you, because I believe you, if you would have known, you would have gone.
I
What?
would have gone. My solution would have been if they kept saying stop that Southfield County. If they had told me how far Southfield County goes, and I was included in it,
Yes, ma'am.
I would have went. But it said it stopped at Pine Ingram. When I researched it, it said that's where it stopped. So that's why I didn't think no more of it. Then I go back and keep looking like Pine Ingram. It's on the main street, Anthony Road, which comes straight down to Fairfax, goes to town. I'm saying to myself, well, how far is that?
So
How far they taking Pine Ingram?
do you think?
Because BS Ingram used to be right there on the other side of the railroad track at Mercer.
Yes, ma'am.
So how how do they do it? How do we find out? How do we know?
So do you think that the confusion? Good morning, Antonio Cotton. Do you think that is purposely confusing people so they don't vote or get frustrated? Do you? Do
I
you?
don't think it's purposely.
Okay.
I think that they someone feel that if we don't know, that's all right. That's fine. Because I know Bill County is mostly black.
Right. Right.
And so in the area he talk about is mostly black.
So
So if we knew better, we could have did better. But like I say, with me not knowing better, they said Pie Ingram. I never thought about Ingram came all the way to the railroad track, to Edgewood Avenue and over. South Macon came all the way down like that. I never thought that.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
if I knew better, I would have did better. And I don't think I'm the only one.
Well, I certainly believe what you're saying, and two, I mean, not saying this in a negative way, but seniors, if they get up, just getting up, getting out of the house, and go vote, and they're seniors, and they get to a poll and say, "Hey, this is not the right place." Well, it took a lot just to get out the house, and then have to drive way over town or go. It can be frustrating.
Very frustrating.
So we need to find the
We
solution.
need to know where the district start and where the district end. Don't just say High England. If it come all the way down, all the 31201 area, it needs to say the complete 31201 area. I say 31201. That's all the way downtown. Is that part of South or the South Bib? We need
Come
to
up from
know
the
this.
bishop.
Where they're drawing the line for South Bib.
So Wanda Jones says they need to include the districts on voter cards, and
Yeah.
no, that's good. Don Harris Scott says it's definitely on purpose. This situation proves that the tactics are successful. Neva True Leo Franklin Hogan said I don't vote because they talk about what they would do once they get in office, and once they're in office, they hear or see none of the things they said they would do or change while they were campaigning. But I want to talk about that too, Neva. I want to talk about that because some people have good intentions. And sometime before you can start what you promised, you have to clean up what's been messed up before you get there.
And know what? I want to tell you this. The young man, Lamario, he was running.
Yes, ma'am.
And I listened to him. And I listened to him. I listened to everybody before I voted anybody. Anything. But the thing with I think the people who's running for these offices, I think he should have took one step saying West Southfield was to let us know. If you're running for office, let us
Yes,
know
that's
if we're
exact.
in your district. Come and let us know how far this district
That's
goes
right.
or how far it don't go. Let us know. I think they need to kind of let us know. If you want my vote, kind of it run down Calhoun Street. Yeah, it run down Elm Street. You know what I mean? Don't
Right.
just say South Bibb District. That's a long way. How I feel like if I go up the street, go on the other side of Mercer, I'm in West Macon.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
how I feel like you know what I mean?
Oh, of course I do. And I'm glad. I mean, many are hearing this and agreeing with it. I'm quite sure a lot of folk are in their homes or in the cars, sitting at the table, and they're listening to what you're saying. And Auntie Lane, it certainly makes sense. And as Bishop said, sometimes it is a tactic that people use to deter us. And we need to get back to voting. And it's not that we don't want to vote, like you just said. I would have voted, but I just didn't know where to go.
I didn't know where to go.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you something. It take a lot out of older people, and
That's
I
right.
no harm for us to get up and just to go
That's
and say,
right.
"Well, where I go vote at now? We got to go find out where we go vote. We got to find out what district we're in." When the people who's running for office not telling us what district we're in because you want my vote, you
Talk
want
to
my
me.
vote. Come to me and talk to me. You in my district. Calhoun Street is in my district. Don't just say Southfield. Calhoun Street, Elm Street is in my district. I need your vote. No, you just out there Rutland and all that. They in the district. Part of House of County in the district. So how did I know it came all the way to my street?
That's
How did
right.
I know it went all the way to downtown? We
Yeah,
didn't know it.
that's right.
At
I love
least
it.
I didn't know it. I don't know about
Well,
anybody
no,
else.
Auntie Lane, you are important, and you are voicing how you feel. And there's thousands of others that are listening this morning. Cause I want them to know, Auntie Lane, that Bishop Scott and I in the WDDO, we care. We care about what happens. You see how much time we deal with our seniors and how much time we make sure people are right in this community. So voting is going to play a major part in what happens in our seniors' life, in our
Yes,
children's
yes,
life. So
yes.
we just can no longer sit back and do nothing.
Change is big, and I accept change. But I'm not going to accept change if I don't know
Change
what
it.
to do about it. If it's right for me, it's not right for me. Are you telling me I need to do this or do that? How far do I need to go to find out where I need to vote? You don't want my vote.
That's
Why
it.
don't you tell me where the district started, where it ends?
That makes sense, Auntie
I
Lane.
googled that, and everything you Google don't come out right.
And,
It's
and,
not
and,
right.
and you got your Google game going. I didn't know that.
I googled a little bit, baby.
To leave it alone, Auntie Lane. We'll talk later. This is
But on a serious
on
note,
a serious note, yeah. But
yeah.
I have to make you
No,
laugh.
we got our thing going on. Yeah, we got our thing. But look, on a serious note, I really was disappointed because I did not know I could vote. I did not know how far Southfield goes. Nobody tell us. They just said vote. They give you a area. Come on now, if you want our vote, you come and let us know how far. My district is from here, this street to that street,
I love
from
it.
this area to that area. Let us know. You want my vote? Let me know I can vote for you. Don't just say,
Wow. Auntie
let
Lane,
me know. What,
listen,
baby?
when I say you are making so much sense, I thought you was crazy, but you making so much sense.
I do it every now and then.
Right,
Every now and then.
um,
But see, I'm passionate about voting. I'm
yeah,
serious. I'm
well,
so
Janie
serious.
Janie Crayer says she totally agree with this caller. Voters need an understanding about their vote. Lynn Webb says I definitely agree. Filey says they need to start back the old way. Come talk to the residents, walk the
Yes,
streets, get the
yes,
votes. All we see
yes.
is signs, and that's it. Lynn Webb says
And
good
that's it.
morning, Pastor. I hope you enjoy. Yes, yes, dear. Thank you so much. Zantonio said the solution is in your vote. Democrat. You are a Democrat until you go and change it yourself. It stays the same unless you go in two or three people in the
Thank
Democrat
you.
Party. Then you will have to go in and vote. This is making a whole lot of sense. Until then, you're helping
Look,
a whole
and
lot of
also
people.
he said Southfield. I didn't see any signs for him over this side of town, over here where I said. I didn't see any signs for him. But I moved a little further. I saw signs for the other man. But I'm saying to myself, where is it? Where is it? I didn't know. But I didn't see any signs down as far down as Pine England for our young man that I wanted to vote for. I didn't see any signs.
This is
So
good.
you want my vote from now on, you get out and you say, look, while
I'm
you're
in
on
your
the TV
district.
talking about what you're going to do, look, you in my district, from Calhoun Street or Jackson Street or district, all this in my district.
This is good.
I want to vote.
This is good, and I think we're not bashing anyone this morning. This is the
No, no, not
criticism, and I
bashing.
love it. We really want to get ahead midterm and find out what we need to do. Two, and this being said, Antonio Oldham said, Pastor says they are intentional and satisfied with our ignorance concerning the district boundaries. And then Pastor Lisa Watson says, voter education, and that's what we need.
That's
Get
what we need.
information out to our. This is Pastor Watson. Give me
Yeah.
a call. All right, Auntie Lane, I love you. Tell me what time it is.
Well, I love you.
You
I
know
hope
what?
I
Hey,
have
you come
somebody
by.
because
I think I'm gonna give you some gas money for talking with good sense today.
baby.
You come by and get this $10. All right, Lisa Watson, Pastor Lisa Watson, give me a call, 478-250-144. This is great conversation this morning because the caller simply said, I just don't know what district, who I'm to vote for. And in saying that, hey, we hear your commercials and we see your sign, but it would be so great for you to say in your commercials, hey, you're in my district, you're in my area, you're here. And so I am so grateful this morning that we are having this conversation. That's why the informative show like Actually Laying on WDDO. Yeah, it's exactly right. So let's get a call in this morning. That call it your concerns, and I think your solution is very, very, very helpful and much what we need. You know, back in the day, as I saw someone said earlier, and it is true. They literally used to knock on the doors, literally knock on your door, and ask for your vote. Hey, it's almost like the insurance man. Anybody remember him coming in that station wagon? Good morning, caller. You on there?
What's up, Vertise?
Hey, that Reverend Ozelina again, Buster. How are you?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm wonderful. I think Auntie Lane made so much sense this morning.
She did. She did. That was a very valid point. A lot of people don't know because even when it comes to the city,
right,
we don't know what those lines are, who actually represents us. And campaigning is different now in this digital age.
That's right.
There was a time when, it was a more grassroots feel. They knew that they had to get out and talk to people. So now in this age, they feel like if I have a big enough social media presence, that's good enough.
Right.
But nothing replaces getting out, actually talking to the people.
That's right. And that's what we was talking about yesterday, Pastor, is that if we know we have a midterm coming up in November, and we just can't wait till the day before. We can't wait till after the campaign. We have to start getting a coalition of people right now. We know November we got to go again. So if this become our project, or it becomes important to us, because I do know this. Everybody don't listen to the radio. Everybody don't watch television. Everybody don't know how to Google. And if we would begin to I hate to say it, put boots on the ground. not trying to be funny, but the
I understand. We have to, we have to put the work in. If we want to see the results, we have to put the work in.
And I think it's time. I talk about 30,000. I've been talking about that for quite a while now.
For quite some time now.
And I think that looking at the votes, Lamario Brown got 10,000, a little over 10,000. The other young man that won got 14,000. That's only 24,000 people. Now, we can get 30,000 to say, hey, this is what we need to do. Not popularity, but that's ready to work, help change our lives, help educate us. Because, Pastor, we preach on Sunday morning, but we educate on Bible study night.
We do, huh?
We got a sermon on Sundays, but there is a difference on
sermon on Sunday and a lesson on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Right, and I think it's time to quit slapping people side the head and basically saying you're ignorant. And ignorant is not a bad word after I really studied it years ago.
It means you don't know.
It simply means you don't know.
Don't know.
And Lisa Watts, Pastor Lisa Watts, excuse me, no disrespect, Pastor Lisa Watson said these districts constantly change.
They do.
So
and they do what's called, they gerrymander all the time. And for those that don't know, all gerrymandering is they draw the lines. The party that tends to be in power or have the majority, they draw the lines to their advantage.
Right. And Bishop said evidently they know it worked because the tactic has become successful. That people are
They
just
do.
burnt out. I mean, it happened to me once. I went to vote and they was like, um, you're at the wrong poll. I'm like, I'm at the wrong. What are you talking about? At the wrong poll.
That has happened to me. That has happened to me before.
I didn't even know we
You
had two
know.
polls. Pastor, Pastor, I didn't even know I had another poll
I feel you know.
and so when I
But
got there, I was honestly now I was a little frustrated.
and most people become frustrated and just say, excuse my language, but they say to hell with it.
Well, that's what they say now. That's what they say. But I want to spend this next month preparing us, saying, "Hey, what is the solution? What do we need to do? How can we promote you? How can we help?" And I'm not. My show is not. I can't talk about it. Thank God for all the shows we won't. Let me say this. Me and Bishop Scott, we are the owners of the station. We want every show to be big, man. We want every show. We want every show to be successful. But if we would listen, she said Mary Jack Ellis had no money. We won by going door to door, and that's what it's going to take, Pastor.
That's what it takes.
Bishop,
That's
good
what
morning
it
to
takes.
you.
You're
Good
gonna have
morning.
people vote for who they know.
That's right.
People vote for what they know.
That's right.
And and I feel where Brother Cotton is coming from, but in my heart, I shouldn't be forced to declare a party
Right.
because I may not agree with everything on the Democratic ticket.
Right.
I may
Right.
not agree with everything on the Republican ticket, but once I declare a party, most times, especially in certain elections, that's all you see.
But I
Although,
think what is happening though, Pastor Bishop Scott, is that people are really, 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 really have to be careful that what we're not listening to is seducing spirits that make us believe that this is I'm with this and I'm doing this, and behind the scene, it's almost like well, you and Bishop are a little lighter than me. Like your top is dark, but when you take your shirt off, y'all probably need a tan.
maybe so,
But you know what I'm saying?
and I understand. I promise you, I understand where
Yeah.
you're coming from. It's bait and switch. I look
It's
one
bait
way,
and
but I act
switch.
another.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And we have to. One thing that really hurts us is we are traditionally Democratic,
Right. But I
and
don't even think.
that's not
But
necessarily a bad thing in some instances, but it's not an all-inclusive good thing in every instance either, because you have to keep in mind the Democrat known as the left wing, the Republicans known as the right wing, but
hey,
they're on the
Journey.
same bird.
Right. But I
They're
think
on the
that.
same bird.
But I think that. Good morning, Bishop. I'm sorry, you was getting ready to say something.
That was
Yeah.
So
I think though, even if regardless of the party, we can't get the people to vote.
and some people just don't feel like they should have to choose between the lesser of two evils. Some people feel like if I don't like either candidate, why am I going to waste a vote? I don't
Yeah.
like either of them.
But it's
I don't
almost
like them.
right. But I do understand that. But a closed mouth don't get fed.
I
And
understand.
if we
That's
don't
true.
move towards something, Patrick Davis says, "Who is the election supervisor, and how did it get and how did he get that position?" Mayor Lester Miller went to court in order to gain control of the previously independent BIP Board of Election. This happened in 2023. We had redistricting years ago, but there are still problems in regard to the district. This is intentional. This is voter disenfranchisement.
Yeah, they do things to make it hard for you. They do things to discourage you, and this has been being done since the days of our ancestors when they had to guess how many jelly beans were in a jar.
But Pastor, I remember Mama and them getting out
Such
voting though.
trivial as that.
I,
They did.
I'm sorry, but I
They
remember
voted.
Mom and Dad saying, "This is Tuesday. This is the day we vote, and I don't care what we do." I'm telling you, I remember mama, granddad. I remember our ancestors
This is true.
getting up
I
and
agree with
going.
that. I agree with that, and I do my best to vote every election but I do my own research. I research the candidates on my own
Right.
because I take everything that someone says at face value because you can say anything. You can make your mouth say anything.
Right. Right.
And we have to do a better job of educating ourselves, educating those that can't get the information. We have to do a better job of getting it to them
This is
so
what we're
that they
talking
can
about.
make an informed, wise decision. Because we flock to the polls, but what if you
We're
think
not
about it?
flocking,
What
Pastor. We're not flocking to the polls. We're not flocking to the polls.
you
10,000
gotta
people.
listen. You got to listen to tense. I said we flocked. That's
Right.
past tense.
Okay.
ED. We flocked to the polls, but what good did it do us? Because we were just going to vote. Because we were just going to vote Democrat.
We flocked to the polls, and we got Barack Obama as president. He served
what did he do for us?
He did a lot for us. And you may not feel
No,
he did anything.
name one thing.
I'm saying.
Name one thing. Now, don't just say he did a lot.
Pastor,
And you know how we talk.
Pastor, no, I know, but this is what I don't want to deter our audience in. Because here, me and you.
No, this is educating.
No, it's not educating us. It's determining.
No, it's
Go ahead.
not.
Hold on, Bishop. Go ahead.
You gotta
Let's be clear on the Barack Obama thing. Barack Obama was not the president of black people. Barack Obama was the president of the United States. Now, he went in to do what a president does. He went to do, he did what a president does for the people. Not like what we have, not like what we have in the office at this point. That is just doing it. So what he did for us is showed us exactly what a president is supposed to do in that office. And he did it with integrity, and he did his very best with what he had to work with.
But
so what's the but with that?
But there's more to it than just being gracious. And
he wasn't just gracious, he was integral. There's a difference. He was integral. He operated in integrity. What other president did that?
Be willing to hear me.
I'm listening.
Be willing to hear me.
Mm-hmm.
If I get it, gracious and he handled himself well as president. But even though he looked like me, that still doesn't mean I don't have the right.
Yeah, we're not saying that, Pastor. We're not saying that.
Can I finish? You won't know what I'm saying if you don't allow me to finish.
Well, Pastor, come on now. We ain't going to do that on the radio. Come on. Go ahead.
Just because he looks like me doesn't mean I can't call him into subjection and ask, what are you doing for me?
That's not. We agree with you.
That's all I'm saying.
We didn't refute that.
Yeah, we not at all. We agree with you.
But I'm saying you made it.
Educate yourself.
Your blanket
because
statement.
You just made the point earlier, Apostle, that you look like me on top, but when you take your shirt off, you don't. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's either color. I wasn't just talking about us.
My thing was, though, your blanket statement was, what did he do as if he did nothing?
What you saying?
We're talking about us.
Yeah.
This whole conversation is about us. That's what I'm speaking to.
Yeah. I'm speaking to us in a sense of educating us about districts, about voting, about getting us together, whoever you vote for, that's not my business, is that there is a lackness. We had 24,000 people vote yesterday. 24,000.
I get that, brother. I get that. That's paltry for a district that encompasses more than one county.
Of course.
That's paltry, and I get that.
Of course.
And all I'm saying is that the voters need to educate themselves and don't just pigeonhole yourself into voting for a particular party. Because just because you voting for that party doesn't mean that the best things are going to come forth for you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we agree.
Know each candidate.
Yeah.
And if the Republican is the best man for the job, don't not vote for him because he's a Republican. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then it's also a double standard in a sense that we will say it's hard to vote for the two of the less evils too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think is a vote for who has my interest or our best interest. It might be the less of the two evil, but a no vote is worse is than just not voting, isn't it?
So,
I
so,
feel you. I
so I
just,
have a
but I
question.
have to respect their right not to vote because they have a right not to.
Right,
I
So I
can't
have a
beat them
question.
up because they choose not to because that's their right.
right. And also,
All I can do
uh,
is try to educate them and get them to see the importance.
right.
That's all I can do.
I agree with you. I want to say something to Eti. He said we have to learn to listen. They are taking time to hear you when you speak, but you keep interrupting them. I think you have to understand me and Antonio relationship. And because you don't know our relationship, you would think it's that way. But that's the way we talk. We've been friends since we
That's
were.
how we are. We've been
That's
friends
right.
40 years.
40
I hear
years.
you.
This is
And
how
you
we
hear
do.
me.
Yeah, and if you don't know us, you would make that kind of comment, but you don't know us.
And to address that, he's biased because every time I started talking, you cut me off.
That's it.
And he want to say I cut you off, but that's neither here nor there.
That's either here nor there. Because I'm
We
going to
both
cut you
have-
off. Yeah, I'm going to cut you off.
Just don't push the red button.
Because that's who we are. That's just so y'all can't take us serious. You know. Yeah,
But to seriously address that, me and you, we feel the same way. We agree on a lot of things. Do we agree on everything? No, but we are adult enough to understand that we're not going to agree on everything. And we're not going to allow that to stop us from working toward the greater good because we realize it's bigger than both of us.
You better believe it. You better believe. Bishop,
I have a question.
I got an answer.
So with the last presidential election that happened, and we encourage people to vote according to principles that are, in their best interest. And speaking of the lesser of two evils, we had a candidate who clearly showed that her desire was for the people, and another candidate who clearly showed that his desire was for himself. What's the lesser of two evils in that particular instance, though? Because she was a female and he was a man. Clearly, we have some people that just could not see a woman in power and voted against.
You're absolutely right.
Voted against
right.
their.
People,
they voted against their best interest. To be president. Exactly. So what I'm saying is, we look at things that we shouldn't be looking at, rather than the things that will be necessary for us to vote for. You got what I'm saying?
Look at the agenda. Look at the agenda. It's sort of like when we preach on Sundays. People have their preference for who they want to hear preach. But at the end of the day, you should just be caught up in the message, not
the message. The message. The message.
Pastor Jackson said, "Who would have been impeached if he went out the way? Barack Obama would have been impeached by now." He said, like I said yesterday, they're playing chess and we're playing checkers. It's time to change the game. Also said we need to learn to vote locally to show the example of change until we can show improvement. Here we're going to continue to have issues. Wow.
I think we're playing the same game. They just change the rules whenever they get ready.
Every day they move the finish line. They continue to move the finish line.
It's like playing 21 or playing cards. You can't change the game. Barack Obama was
change the rules.
They said
whenever they feel like they're not winning, they change the rules.
Change the rules. L.J. Malone says we must understand policies. The Republican Party is mostly following the principles of MAGA, and most of their policies are working against black people and the people of color. And that's almost like when they was wondering about Project 25. Even Elaine Lucas was on the show. Everybody was
wondering about. I have a serious question, Apostle.
I got to see. Let me put on my serious jacket. Go ahead.
When did we as a people, what enticed us with the Democratic Party? Because during the time when we were fighting to live, and fighting for equal rights. It was the Democrats that was hanging us from trees. It was the Democrats that had dogs in front of the schools not wanting us to attend. Lester Maddox, a Democrat, was the governor of Georgia.
That's right.
He and George Wallace in Alabama, another Democrat. During those times, it was the Democratic Party that was doing us the most harm. And I'm trying to figure out, when did we fall in love with the Democratic Party?
Well, I don't think. I don't think no one
After slavery, during Reconstruction, most blacks were Republicans.
Right.
Strom Thurmond from South Carolina had a whole lot to do with that. His stance is what had a lot to do with that.
And Pastor, I so agree with you. But now let's fast forward. The reputation of what's happening that's knocking against us is designed by a party, looks like right now.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
I said the things, when you look at the things, taking things out of, just different things that are happening against our culture, against us as a people. It is not the Democratic Party that's doing this right now. It is amplified by the Republican Party.
I give you that. In this day and age,
Wait a minute.
So the racists just moved from Democrat to Republican.
Huh?
I said, the racists just moved from Democrat to Republican. Well, most of them, not all of them. I'm leaving it there.
Well, he says it is not about the party, but the policies. L.J. Malone says the Democrats were the conservatives and the Republican was the progressives.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Davis says Barack Obama was not a king. However, Democrats needed to win more local and state elections. Republicans had a strategy to push their agenda and change the Supreme Court. Trump put 3 people on the court in 4 years. Our country did not get into this situation overnight. Here in Georgia, Republicans are positioning themselves to take over local election boards this year. This is stuff that's real serious.
So
this is the stuff that we need. This is the stuff that people need to hear. They need to hear open dialogue.
There you go, Pastor.
They need to hear.
There you go.
So all jokes aside,
and I applaud you all for having the courage to do it.
Hip hip parade.
All jokes aside, so each party has their agenda that they want to do. Each party picks a front runner, right? Now, what happened with the Republican Party is they actually didn't realize that picking the front runner that they picked would be so difficult to control. And so now they're out here looking crazy. But because they are so together, they're going to look crazy in the midst of this because this is what they supported. And at the end of the day, he's still going to do exactly what he wants them to do because they want to further their agenda.
Well, I think it's almost like walking in a cow field full of manure. Everybody's trying to watch their step because they know it's a bunch of.
So it's like you got to pick you got to pick the one you can control to do what you need done. But now they got somebody that they literally cannot control. So
when do we as a people galvanize ourselves and force these candidates to address things that really matter to us and that really affect us, and stop throwing us 2-3 bones here and there to just keep us smiling?
Wow.
Right.
Wow. That is so true, Pastor.
If we actually unite, I pray that we unite.
Have to unite.
Yeah, I pray that we would unite to get to that place.
Listen to this. We can't just unite in public. We have to unite behind the door.
This is true.
We do.
Because when you're not in my presence, you need to have the same conversation that you had when you were in my presence.
That's where most of the work is done, behind the scenes.
Exactly.
And we have to stop equating a smile during election time with someone having our best interests at heart.
Right.
Man, I'm telling you, buddy. Let's see. I'm from North Twigs County. You're from...
You're from South Twigs. See, you don't even know
one more thing, though.
You don't know what you
One more thing, though. We got to stop taking those payoffs because you know that's a lot of why things switch.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's everywhere.
Yeah. We get a payoff. My whole vote changes because you gave me.
Yeah.
Remember somebody.
Phone grieving and back scratching hurts us a lot.
That's right.
You
That's right.
remember when our particular state was going through something? Once again, we had a man and a woman, and the man all of a sudden released some money
And
and won the
I just came down.
during that time. It's amazing how $50 will change your vote.
But the thing, Bishop and my pastor, is that we represent. We get to the town halls or in front of the people, and we say, "Hey, I represent you," but behind the door, you don't represent me. You represent your own self agenda, and I want us to really. I do, and that's why I'm having these shows. Is to let you know that we can agree, or disagree to agree. That we can have dialogue, but if we are an unjust law is no law at all, and if we don't get educated and find out from the people, I don't listen. Y'all, excuse me, please don't get upset with me saying this. I don't want to hear from the voters that's voting. I want to hear from the voters that's not voting to,
True.
to tell me why you're not voting. I can't ask a person that's sober how does an alcoholic feel, and
You can't.
I've never had gin and juice. I mean, I'm gonna try it one day.
So so then in asking that question to those ones, it's amazing because the ones that don't vote have the biggest opinion and
Yeah,
could have said or done something, but because they didn't vote, now we
yeah.
got to listen to what they think or feel when they quote unquote are not even a part of the
But I
system.
think when we heard Auntie Lane this morning, Bishop,
Mhm.
to say, "Hey, I wanted to vote,
Oh
but they
yeah, that's a
changed
whole
the
nother story,
district so much
right?
that it just wears me out not knowing." And as
Yeah.
Pastor Lisa Watson said, and Pastor said, maybe we need to get back and get our coalitions together. One, and I'll say it again. I think I talked about it in church when Booker T. Washington called all those leaders in, and
Mhm.
they did did this great coalition because the problem we have is building together.
Mhm.
We cannot, it seems we cannot, every culture seems as though they can build together. And I know we can do it because the pyramids and things that we study were
Mhm.
built by blacks. Okay, let's
Right.
do know that. So we can do it. It's just the idea of our mindset changing that is okay. That because in our life we feel if somebody wins, somebody got to lose. But the truth is, we all can win. Do you agree, Pastor?
Yeah, we can win.
You agree, Bishop Scott?
A loss,
I agree.
it's only a loss if you don't learn anything.
It's a loss if you don't learn.
Can I
Wow.
say something to that too, Apostle?
Really? I
I
appreciate
I have the pleasure of having my nephew, my niece married an African prince. Real talk.
it.
And just in conversation, meeting his family, getting to know them, they were never enslaved. So their mentality is completely different than ours. It's amazing. So it's just not all black people, it's the Americans because of what was instilled in us. And so we're still fighting through the way we were made to
Of
fight against
course.
each other.
Of
So
course.
all black people aren't like that because you have some that are
Yeah, I agree with
amazing
that.
in what they're doing. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. I certainly agree with that. Patrick Davis says commit to vote in local, state, and national elections. This will force incompetents to do better and be better. Kamala Harris lost to Trump in Georgia by 115,000 votes, but 800,000 chose not to vote. Georgia's
Right.
a blue state right now. And Bill can play an important part of this. 30,000 black voters did not vote in 2024 election. Give democracy a chance. I agree. Man, this is hey, Pastor, I think this is good this morning. What you think?
This is, man, it's always good when you can talk and
Hmm.
people can hear pertinent information.
Yeah.
Right.
And they can also see that people can agree to disagree and
Hmm.
still push the agenda of the people forward.
That's right.
We're not going to always agree all the time.
Right.
And I think sometimes people erroneously look for that. Just because we don't agree this time doesn't mean that we still can't continue to work toward what's best for the people.
There you go.
Right.
And just like yesterday, you had on that jogging suit. It was ugly, but it was yours. And
But that coat you had on
hey,
was
hey,
God
hey,
awful.
it was reversed. I told you what I did when you before you got in here, right?
But the sad thing about that is that the jogging suit and the coat went together.
Wow.
It did. They
It
were the
did. It
same.
actually
They were in the
is.
They
same
matched
color.
perfectly. You could put
It
them
is.
on and they would
They
match
matched
perfectly.
perfectly.
Yeah.
And you know what I thought about Apostle? I thought if I didn't know you, I thought you would have thought you were getting ready to head to a job at the chalk, man. It looked like one of those jackets.
Okay. I know the red button was coming for him. Just didn't know when. But I know he was setting himself up for it. Next caller, 478-250-1444. So Watson says, please go vote. We need our vote. Your vote is really your vote. Wow, I never thought about it like that. Yes, we do need to hear from the non-voters. We can possibly correct the problem. Right. We cannot correct the problem hearing from voters. Voters are voting. They are voting. Let's go talk to the homeless guy. Hey, why you didn't go vote? Hey, talk to
Right.
the person down the street. Good morning, caller. You on the air?
That's okay. Hang up.
The joke came back talking. Man, something wrong with you, Pastor. You came back talking. It's all right. Yeah.
Bishop,
Man,
I
Yes.
found Waldo.
You
sir.
found Waldo?
I found Waldo.
Who is Waldo? I'm not doing this morning.
Where
Man,
in the world is
nephew.
Waldo?
Yeah. Donise Bryant says, I met someone yesterday said she doesn't vote because she's good in her neighborhood. Her neighbors vote for her and they get everything in her neighborhood. I educated her. She said she didn't want someone in the seat that wasn't going to get things done. Her family's on the whole street. She says she doesn't even ride through Bloomfield or Unionville or Kings Park.
Wow.
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 So what happens when they vote for somebody that she doesn't like? What happens?
Right. Right.
Then she don't come out the house. Okay, LJ Malone says we don't have to share the same views, but we have to share intentions to work in unity.
Right.
Exactly. Man.
Right.
This has been a great show. And it really has.
It has. I've enjoyed it, man. Appreciate you guys for, like I said earlier, for being courageous enough to even attack issues like this. Because for a long time, we didn't hear this. You know, we would hear it sometimes in the 80s on Ebony Speaks with Brother Leroy Thomas, but for a long time, we didn't have this.
Thank you
and
so
so
much.
for you
That's
all
such a
to do
compliment.
this for us, I appreciate it, man. You all be blessed, and it's dry time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pastor. Listen, I am finding out more and more in my 42 years of preaching, but 32 years of pastoring, mindset, Charity Harris says mindset, that Bishop, all people need to know that somebody care. See,
Right.
the new voter is saying, hey, they don't care about us. They hadn't even called us. They hadn't even showed up or even knocked at my door.
Mhm.
So people need to know that this morning is a sign, I mean, that we care about this non-voter.
Right.
Thank you, voters that are voting. Keep voting. Keep voting. I want to reach the non-voter. I want to get 30,000 non-voters that says, hey, I'm back to voting. And I don't want a tag that says I voted. I want a tag that says I'm back to voting to recognize that something has pulled me back in. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Pastor. How you doing?
I'm good, Dave. How are you?
Pretty good. Y'all got a heavy conversation there.
Thank you.
You know, disabled people can call people to take them to vote.
You better believe it.
And then they can call to that place where you go and vote at, and they'll tell you where you're supposed to vote at.
That's it, Dave. Well, Dave, listen, thank you for speaking for the disabled this morning, because he is able.
Thank you very much, sir. And I did no drive time.
Thank you, Dave. All right, it's happening right here, 980 WDDO. Let's get that next caller, 478-250-1444. It is important. That's another election coming up here locally as well. And so let's talk about these things. I care and I will work as I always. Thank you, Elaine Lucas, for says as I care and I will work. Give us a call right here.
Talking about Commissioner Lucas, if you notice though, she's always in the community. She doesn't just get elected and then disappear.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll give her that. She is still in the community. She's still talking. She's still engaging. She's still tangible, if you will.
Right.
Most people, once they're elected, then They got what they wanted and they're gone. Commissioner Bryant, Donna's Bryant, she's tangible. She's still
Yes.
tangible. She's still around. She didn't just get elected into office, but she's still on the, boots on the ground working. So, I mean, that makes a difference. Once you get elected, it's easier
But
to
I don't.
maintain when you actually are still a part of the community that
Right.
elected you.
Right. And so in saying that, Bishop, we do have to, and I want to stay right there for a minute.
Mhm.
We have to find these non-voters.
Right.
We have to go out. We have to find a solution. We have to come up with something that says, hey, listen, why aren't you voting? Tell me, what can I do to help you vote? What can I do to encourage you back to voting? And when people see that they matter, people need to
Hmm.
know that they matter. I look at certain things in areas. People want someone to look up to. They really
Right.
do. People want a hero. People
Right.
want someone to say, "Hey, I got your back." And
Right.
so this is what District 5 is 57% black district. There are currently 7,100 active registered black voters. However, there are 3,400 black voters who did not cast the ballot in 2025. This is good education.
Right.
Facts. When black Democrat voters do not vote, it allows someone like Seth Clark to be elected. So he voted for the third term and supported the Republican Lester Miller. Now listen at that. I wish Patrick would call. I don't know who that is, but I'm enjoying. Give me my next caller. Pastor Lisa Watson, give me a call. 478-250-1444. Because it has to be a place right now to say, can I get 10 non-voters
Hmm.
here? I'm not trying to get 1,000. I want to get 10. If I get 10, I'm going for 20. If I get 20, I'm going for 30. The question is, you that are a voter, if you walk down your street today, if you just walk down the block you live on
Hmm.
and ask those people, did you vote? How many will say yes and how many would be non-voters, and we can get them back to voting? Good morning, caller.
Pastor, I just
Yes.
had to call back because I've been reading and I was listening.
Yes.
And the president talking about District 5 and how many voted and how many didn't vote. Do they not realize what I'm talking about? Maybe the people don't know they're in District 5. Maybe they don't know where the line is drawn or where the
Right.
street closed off at.
Right.
So you can't just say they didn't vote. Maybe they didn't know they could
Good
vote.
vote.
Right.
That's what
Let's
I
find
called
out.
about this morning. We need to know where the street stop and where the street ends.
Hmm.
Not that it's in this area or that area. It might be across the street where it stopped. It might be on my side of the street where it stopped. But we need to know where the district lines are drawn.
That's
The
good.
street, not just saying District 5.
Right.
That's going to be a project I work on, and I know people can help us with the solution
You know,
on that.
she giving us all this information about District 5, how many don't vote. Why they don't vote? Maybe they don't know they can vote. Maybe they don't know they in District 5. Like I didn't know I was in the 18. So
Right.
don't put it on who don't vote. Maybe you need to put it on who don't know and how
Hmm.
far it goes
Or
and
educate
where
you
it
on
stops.
knowing.
Educate us on the
We're going to
line,
educate you.
the street where it's drawn.
I
Right.
promise you, we are going to educate you. You got me,
Because
Auntie Lane.
what I love about even in what I hear in Auntie Lane's
I don't
voice
know for
is,
how long. I don't know for how long, but I got you.
Auntie Lane, you're
but
deep.
Auntie Lane, let me give you a compliment, if you will. What I love about what I hear in her voice is that she's completely upset
Yes, she
that
is.
she didn't get an
To
opportunity
vote.
to vote. And
Yes.
that a lot of people are there, but what, like she said, they don't know. So what can we do as a community to make sure that everybody knows their district, the area that's being spoken of, not just the candidate, but it's not just the candidate's responsibility to get it out, it's the board of elections responsibility to get it out as
Yes.
well.
Good morning,
That's
caller.
mainly who's responsible for that.
Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm fine. It's Commissioner Bryant.
Hey, Commissioner Brown,
I
what's
had
happening?
not much. There's not much. I heard the conversation, but yesterday I met a lady from Stensonville. I'm not originally from Macon, so I didn't know where it was, but it's District 5. And I said, so y'all have an election coming up. She said, I didn't know
She
that.
didn't know it.
And then I said, well, why you didn't know? She said, I don't follow politics. She said, I live. She said, me and my whole family live on the street. We're good. She said, my neighbors vote for us. Whatever we want, we get.
Right.
She said, so, and I still don't know where that is. I told her I was going to meet her, but I invited her to the cookout. And She said, because when we vote for the wrong person, they're not gonna get nothing done, and our neighborhood is going down. And I said, well, y'all just had someone in there by name Seth. And I said, what did you ever see him? She said, no. She said, but I know everything we needed done got done. But I said this to say a lot of them not educated. Yesterday, when I was on Zebulon Road at that church right there by Walmart, it was like a parade. They were waving that McNeil sign. They were waving the McNeil. I mean, it was, they had them on one street, down the other street, and it was just a lot of people. But one thing the lady did say, she said, well, why don't y'all get an ambassador on these streets? She said, because it's so confusing when I was telling her how the line go. She was like, it's so confusing. She said, what y'all have to do is start way before time. You got to organize, start before time, get an ambassador, and they're responsible for letting their neighbors know. And I told her, I said, it's a lot of streets, though. She said, well, if they really want it, that's what they got to do. They got
Honestly,
to let somebody on that street know so they can get their neighbors in that little community, let them know that it's an election, and let them know what they need to be doing. She said, you got to organize something first. She said, but I don't even know when voting start. But I told her, come on down there Saturday and we'll talk to her.
wow,
Yeah,
I love it.
that's a
And
good idea.
that is a good idea. And listen at this, Bishop. When you, this is how why we have to be careful because here we hear a solution. Do you not know sometimes when people hear solutions and don't want it to progress, they will try to block?
Oh, of course.
You know that District 5 is a some this just said, which is District 5 is a complex district which includes the ballot Hudson precinct
It is.
and multiple Vineville precincts. But it is the responsibility of the Board of Elections. We need to hold the election supervisor accountable. Call him out on the radio along with the mayor who chose him to fill that position. Who I see I need to know who he
It,
is, and we
it
need to
doesn't
invite him
matter.
on the show
It
to.
doesn't matter. It's Tom Gillian. He was appointed by the mayor. Still trying to figure out how the mayor appointed somebody over the board of elections, but it was this. It was a, and I'm not saying black or white, but it was this black lady. I'm just giving facts that was supposed to get the job, but he chose Tom Gillian. We don't show up the board of elections. District 5 right now is in, it's in pieces, and when I say pieces, some voters vote over here, some over there. There was a lot of them disproportionate. I mean, this I can't even think of the word, but they in the wrong places, and nobody's concerned. We asked that they send out new voter cards to them, and like I said, I put that post up. Nobody said like they liked it or they even looked at it.
But let me.
That's something that's gonna affect them, but we got to get out and let them know that they're in that district, and we got to get
Yeah.
our friends, family, and everybody out and to wave signs at these polls like they did yesterday, because I was taking pictures. I was like, oh my God,
What
this whole street.
I learned some Danese years ago. But Bishop had the pleasure of going to Morehouse, and I was preaching one Sunday, and I was watching some things, and something I realized, and I really want people to hear my heart, that everybody don't learn the same way. uh, Everybody can't comprehend. You know, we may say go online. Some people can't comprehend go online. Now, there are some students, even when I was in the school system in Monroe County, there were some students that didn't take notes as I was teaching, or didn't take notes, but they were ace the tests. And when I realized that we learn different, we have to educate, but we have to have different methods. Did that make sense, Bishop? Did that
Mm-hmm.
make sense, Donise?
It makes
Donise?
sense because I'm a visual learner. I can look at something. I'm like that. I don't have to study. I can just look at it and memorize how they wrote it on the board or how I saw it in text in a workbook. Yeah.
Right. So we have to learn. Thank you, Commissioner, for always being a part. We love you. What time it is?
Just drive time. Have a great day.
Thank you. What do you think about that, Bishop? Because people learn differently
It's
and
necessary to meet people where they are.
meet people where they are. And
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what's necessary.
it is so necessary,
Hmm.
and because even sitting down, and I really don't mean this. I call it. I hear you. I'm going to come to you, and I really don't mean this in an embarrassing way. My father,
Hmm.
who's going to be with the Lord, but my father had an eighth grade education. He
Hmm.
worked Bishop at Hubert Chalk Mine. he was good at what he did, but when it came down to reading or something, he was limited. And he tried very hard to perfect it by reading his Bible and different things. And I think even people and may be embarrassed too, because when they look at the ballot, they
Mm-hmm.
don't understand exactly what anyway. Good morning, caller. You on the air?
Good morning, Apostle and Bishop. How are you?
We're wonderful,
Good
Pastor. How
morning.
are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored of God.
Good, good. Do you think this is a very good hot topic this morning?
I think it's a great topic. We need to do all that we can to educate the public on voting and
Yeah.
make sure we get the vote out. We know how important this midterm election will be to us.
But I was just saying that some people are educated in different ways. And so just trying to come up with all solutions, people are visual. Some people say, hey, I may go in there and get to that machine and don't know how to operate it. Or, I mean, we say go vote, but have anybody educated people on how to operate the machines? How do we have a machine that says, hey, press this, you do this, you go to the next phase? Because I mean, I'm going on towards 60 years old, and just recently I was in voting and realized I had hit the wrong thing by accident. Just hit and had to correct it. So,
Well, you have poll helpers in there, but that's the reason why it's so important for us to continue to have political forums, to have town hall meetings, for people to educate themselves by going to the Board of Election and finding out before time whether or not their districts have changed, what district they vote in, whether or not their voting registration is active and current. All of these are things that we must take our own personal due diligence to be good voting citizens. There are some things we are going to have to do ourselves.
but how do we reach that non-voter? We're talking to the voters, but we're looking at the numbers. We have more people not voting,
That's why
Pastor.
it's very important, these shows that you have, these community shows like Ask Elaine, The Village, The Talk, NAACP, all these mechanisms by which we use to educate the public. They're very important. Churches holding different informative sessions. All of that's going to be important. As you said, there's going to have to be grassroots efforts always. But we have got to continue to educate our people because an ignorant vote is just as bad as a no vote.
Right.
So I say that all the time. But we must continue to educate our people, and we must do a good job of educating our people and not just get out and argue and confuse the voter or the potential voter. But we got to be clear and do it with clarity to help our people to get up and vote, but also to vote in their own best interest. We all know the difference between the Democratic and the Republican Party. If you've been voting any length of time, in the last 50 years, we know the difference in the Democratic and the Republican Party, and we know what the Libertarian and the Independent Party offers us. We know the difference. We got to vote in our best interest. We got to get educated on the candidate. We got to get educated and stay educated when these districts are changing.
So
We just got to
what
do
do
the
we
work.
do? What do we do about that caller, Pastor, that says, "Hey, I'm frustrated that I did not vote, but I don't that they change our district so much. They change, and many have agreed with that. That things are changed so much, and nobody is notifying us. How do we know? I thought
And
I
that,
was over
and
here.
that notification is supposed to come, as I think someone did note that should come on your voter's card. If you are a voter, the changes have to be made and it has to be put on your card,
But
your
what if
voter
it's
card.
not been put on that? Bishop, you was getting ready to say
We,
something. Sorry.
Oh no, I was
Oh,
speaking.
okay.
yeah, that's why I was saying we have to do our own personal due diligence too to make sure that we know our voting status. We know our voting district. We got to do it ahead of time when we know the election is important to us.
So how do we reach that voter that's not voting, Pastor?
Like I
How,
said, we got to continue to hit the public ground.
right.
We got the churches, organizations, civic and community activists. We just have to continue to do the work, just like the man we're celebrating right now, Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
We have to continue to do the work. Not just to talk. We got to do the work to educate our people, empower our people, educate them, equip them with what they need to get out and vote. As I said on the text, because I couldn't call in at the moment. And I thank you for wanting me to call in. I just couldn't call in
I
at the
understand.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
But What I said in the text was, this is basically a chocolate city. Macon is predominantly black, but if black people will not get up and go vote, we can complain all day long. We can argue and fuss and talk about the issue, but if we will not get up, educate ourselves, and go vote in our own best interest,
right,
we just gonna continue to suffer the way we suffer.
So how do we change that? We as pastors know the Bible said death and life lies in the tongue of a man, and he shall eat the fruit thereof. And so how do we call things to be not as though they were? How do we help to change that? Because one thing my mom taught me years ago, I just say, Mom, if it ain't one thing, it's another. She says, quit saying that, because if it's because you spoke it, because it's one thing, it's gonna be another thing. Every time you speak, it's gonna be another thing. So how do we change our dialogue? How do we change what we say to help the bounce back of voters?
Well, anybody who knows Pastor Lisa know I'm very big on what you just said. I watch my words very carefully because I believe that you have what you say.
Ooh, my God. So, I felt that, Pastor.
I'm very careful about my words and how I craft them and how I speak them forth out of my mouth. Yes. And I do believe in speaking those things that be not as though they were.
So we can change this.
Exactly. If we would just get up, get educated, and get out and vote, we will see a lot of the change. We can be the change that we want to see.
Wow, Pastor, thank you so much for calling in.
The man to share, and like I say, I'm like Commissioner Elaine Lucas on that. I know I'm going to do my part.
You always do.
And I'm going to work until my day is done, and I want to encourage others to do the same. Let's get up and do the work.
Right. Have you been to Haynes Temple yet?
I'll be there Sunday.
Be there Sunday. What time?
I'll be there at 2:30. This will be my 25th straight year preaching the church anniversary of Haynes Temple. I'm very honored to be there.
42 years, Haynes Temple. You know what the address is, Pastor?
They're 48 years old this
48.
48.
Wow.
And I've been going to preach that church anniversary for 25 straight years. So I'm very honored.
Awesome. Well, we're praying for you Sunday, and we'll be talking about it on air for you.
Thank you so much, man.
You're so welcome. All right. Commissioners call voter information 478-895-6750. Bishop, let's give us a talk. Let's talk. What do you think this morning?
I think it's amazing that, we're even having this conversation. But even in what you're saying, what do we have to do, or how can we reach the non-voter so that we can flip this thing? Who wants to be like, I'm committed to, somebody made a suggestion that at the Black family reunion that we put a voter registration table out. I am 100% going to make sure that happens. And then, if we can even have someone to come and talk about the districting and the lines and whatnot, or how to find out, at that particular table, where to go. And we make it a point to at least get at least 1,000 to 2,000 people registered on that day. That would be phenomenal.
And then to find out that 2,000 or 1,000 that says, hey, this line is for the ones that says, I just don't vote. Let me tell you why. Pay that. I love that. Pay that some attention too.
Exactly.
Get that number. Hey, guy, you gonna vote? You gonna get out there?
Right. So I mean, that would be good. But I especially love the suggestion that was made about having an ambassador on the streets, because, somebody on their street knowing that, they're in charge of, making sure that everybody knows what's going on is something phenomenal. That brings community back, because that gets the, conversation going again.
That's so true, man.
Yeah, that's a
you hear me, man?
That's a good thing.
Pastor Jackson said, our generation understand the importance of voting. We didn't grow up in social media era. These kids listen more from posts than they do from the elders. Wow. We live in a time where people want right now results, or something for something, want something for something. Wow. Man, this has been just the great. If you enjoyed this hot topic this morning, will you text it or type in what you think, your opinion? We're gonna hit the ground talking about this more and more on this station. And we certainly appreciate it. We have 2 Democrat members on the Board of Elections. They can be contacted and answer our questions. Awesome. A few neighborhood organizations like Pleasant Hill have street captains. Isn't that great?
That's real good.
My God, this is good. Pastor Davis, give us a call. I want to introduce you to our radio audience if you can, 478-250-144. And I love it because everybody that's coming on this morning and typing in, they're not coming just with their opinion, Bishop. They've studied, they've
Right.
researched, and they're coming with facts. And
Right.
facts does matter. And we want to energize you really to vote. And if you're not voting, as we said, Bishop Scott and I said the other day, listen, we will bus you there. We
Mhm.
will we will put you on our buses and get you to vote, take you back home, stop by Crystal, get you some fries and some water because I can't afford both of them. Great show. Elaine Lucas from Waterboard District 1 says great show. Antonio Jackson says great topic and great show. Pastor and Bishop. LJ Malone says this has been an amazing show. And we certainly appreciate it. This will not just be, we will talk about what we plan to do to get people ready and prepared for midterms. We're going to start. We want you to come. We're having a group meeting or something, and everybody, listen to me. And I'm a believer in this. You're important. You don't have to have an office. You don't have to have a title. You are important because you are a human being. And we want, hey, Songbird, where you been, girl? Love you. And we're just happy to help our community. That's it. Crystal Fries cost too much. Do Wendy's. I'm going to Wendy's. So let us, Bishop, and I say it now, but my pastor told me this. He says, help me help you.
Mhm.
Isn't that major, man?
That is
Help
major.
me help you. So in this hour, help us, help me and Bishop and the leaders of this community help you. We're not out to destroy anybody, tear anybody down, but we're out to make the city look better with
Right.
you. And you're part of that. All right. We love you. Let's see. Bishop, choose a closing song this morning.
Promises.
Oh, huh?
I said
Oh,
promises.
oh, promises. Let Michael pray. Let me promise. Help is on the way too.
Help is on the way. Why don't you touch somebody? Say it one more time.
We out of here. God bless you. We love you. Thank you for always being the best part. Help me help you. That's our word for today. Help me help you. Promises of God are yes. Promises of God are amen. Promises of God are yes. I'm gonna. Come on. Everybody clap your hands. Promise he wouldn't leave me. Promise he wouldn't leave me. Promise he wouldn't leave me. I'm gonna. Come on. Everybody clap your hands. I got this little part. He promised to be. Said he'll always be there. Always be there. He promised never to leave me. Never to leave me. 'Cause he's everywhere. And he will. Be by my side. And be my God. Be my God. Come on. That's why you gotta do this. Say, I'm holding on to my promise. I won't let it go. I'm gonna tell everybody, everywhere I go, God keeps his promises. Good morning, caller. God keeps his promises. Good morning,
God
caller.
is good.
Yes, he
He
is.
won't change.
Woo! I got you. I got you. You can tell
Yes, sir.
you woke up late because I played that earlier, but I got you.
Hey, I
Yeah.
just gotta say this.
Yes, sir.
Awesome show this morning.
Man,
Awesome show.
do you think it's well needed?
Oh, and I was going to try to send you and Bishop a text. Thank y'all for what y'all do for this ministry. That was awesome this morning.
Well,
That's awesome. You did good.
Well, let me say this to you. You only have 30 seconds, and we're rejecting your text so you pay your monthly fee.
Love you,
man. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning. Greetings to you, Pastor. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I want to give you some emphasis about the voting here in for that district and really anywhere here in Macon.
Good.
You do not get clarity from the voter election. You don't. And I called on behalf one morning for my mom to get clarity of what district is what. All they want to say is keep saying referring to online. Put your address in online. And I'm like, that's not correct, because when you got your seniors or people who are disabled or
that's
people
right.
who don't have access to a smartphone or a computer, they don't know about typing in their own address to figure out a district lining.
That's
and
right.
one of the elected people at the board election was like, the news said it in the morning. No, they didn't. When they was trying to run for the runoff. I'm like, people do not understand when you say make and go vote, people are getting up just going to go to their polls. But people do not understand there are where our streets cut off. They're
That's
not
right.
understanding that at all.
So
nobody don't understand that District 5 jumped from Pleasant Hill to jump over here to where Canterbury Road is.
That's correct. So we're going to educate on this 5th district, and I'm going to make sure that's done next week. And I know you are a faithful listener when you're not at the juke joint singing. So you be listening out, all right?
I sure will.
What time is it?
It is. Hey, praise time with you. We're going to get it out. We're going to get it voting time. That's what time we're going to be doing.
You better believe it now.
This year.
You better say it. We voting this year.
We voting this year. Yeah. We are going to learn our districts. We're going to learn our streets. We're going to make sure we get everyone to know to get out here and vote. This year is voting time.
I love it. Right here, 980 WDDO. Good morning. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Pastor. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I just want to tell you, I enjoy your show this morning.
Mother, I hadn't heard from you in a long time. How you doing?
I know. I'm good. I just like when y'all talk about elections,
Yes, ma'am.
Lord,
have
you.
Ma'am, you hadn't sung in a long time.
You want me to sing?
Yes, ma'am.
I love you so much, and I appreciate you so much. Yeah. I had to do that for you. I miss you. Yeah, Pastor, I miss you so much. All right, I'm going to go now. Okay?
All right, brother, I love you.
Love you too, Pastor.
Thank you, brother. Hey, Calanthea, cousin, Angela Saturn. I go to work now. All right.